90-Day Fiancé. Before the 90 Days couple Loren Allen and Faith Gaddock-Tullad's current relationship status after Season 8 is shocking. Loren is a 33-year-old man from Las Vegas who went to meet the 30-year-old Faith in the Philippines on the show. Loren revealed how he was working for drag queens in Nevada. Meanwhile, Faith is in the housekeeping department at Bay Area Suites Manila, along with working as a magician, puppeteer, and makeup artist. Despite her being successful at work, Ladyboy Faith wishes to move to the US. Faith revealed the challenges she faced as a trans woman in Manila. She had been single for 30 years and Loren was her first boyfriend. Faith wanted to live the rest of her life as a ladyboy but also couldn't afford to get hormone treatment or gender reassignment surgery. Faith expected to start a new life together with Loren in America, but she was counting her chickens before they could hatch. Loren had kept Faith in the dark about several things. He seemed to want to use Faith for her money when he moved to the Philippines. Loren claimed that it was very difficult for him to fit in while he was growing up in Washington state. He was expected to be macho masculine, which he wasn't. He was told he was the gay kid or the weird kid when Loren did not consider him to be gay at all. Loren identified as gynosexual. He was around 7 or 8 years old when he realized he wanted to date a trans woman. However, Loren's family wanted a straight lifestyle for him, so he had cisgender girlfriends. According to Starcasm, Loren got married to a 19-year-old woman in 2011. Loren was 21 years old at the time. Loren and his ex-wife were married for over 2 years. She filed for divorce in December 2013. Loren and his first wife have 2 kids together. They seemingly had their older daughter before they got married. Loren was given a divorce in October 2015. Loren's ex got custody of the children while he had to pay child support. It appears Loren had not been paying his child support when he went to meet Faith in the Philippines. Loren wanted a trans wife, but it had been a difficult search in the US. Loren decided to go find love overseas. He downloaded 2 Filipino dating apps and almost instantly connected with Faith. They never met in person but were texting every day. Loren felt very deeply for Faith. He liked how Faith was hardworking and had a close-knit family. To Loren, Faith was perfect in every way. Loren and Faith had already told each other "I love you" within the first day of chatting. 6 months later, Loren spent his entire savings on getting on a plane to Manila. Loren could barely save enough money to be able to pay rent. He made his ex-girlfriend turned bestie Esther buy a gift for Faith. Loren revealed that he was broke and homeless. Apart from working at a drag show, Loren also worked at a gift shop and in a retail backroom. It was minimum wage and Loren struggled to pay rent. He wasn't able to afford to survive in the US, and decided his ideal scenario would have been to go to the Philippines and find a way to live with Faith forever. Loren hadn't told Faith about his plans. Loren assumed his financial burdens would be less in the Philippines, and he would be able to take care of Faith. However, Loren hadn't communicated with Faith about this. He knew that Faith wished to come to the US, where she would finally get respect and recognition, but Loren was not able to support her there. He was hoping Faith could get past this obstacle if she loved him enough. He was right since Faith spoke about how nothing was impossible for them, and they could easily tackle financial difficulties if they supported each other. Faith was not expecting Loren to stay in the Philippines, but she did wish that her boyfriend was not keeping any more secrets from her. Unfortunately, Faith has a lot to discover about her boyfriend of 6 months. Despite having met Faith, Loren was sleeping with other people. He believed they weren't mutually exclusive, even if Faith thought of him as her boyfriend. Loren had also met many other Filipino women on the same app. He knew that Faith didn't understand what Loren meant when he told her he was spending his nights at others' houses. Loren went to the Philippines with just $46. He told a surprised Faith that he had more money, but it was in a pending charge. He had to keep checking his bank account to see if it was reflected in his balance. Loren was expecting his paycheck to be deposited soon. Loren got all the $46 converted to Philippine pesos. Faith told the cameras that she was not with Loren for his money, but she believed there were many opportunities to make money in the US. Loren was also always working, so it didn't make sense to her. Faith took Loren to Quiapo Market, which is a famous place in Manila for shoppers. There were a lot of bargain shops and Loren offered to buy Faith anything she wanted because he had some money. Faith advised Loren to budget what money he had. Loren bought himself a pair of fake Crocs. Faith kept telling Loren to be careful with his money. Loren was making Faith feel special, but his impulsive shopping made Faith worry about their future together. She could have been thinking that she'd have to finance Loren's impulsive buys until he got a job in America. In episode 4, Loren told the producers that he had contracted gonorrhea from a friend who gave him oral sex a week before Loren went to the Philippines. Loren revealed that while he never really got sick ever, this time around his penis was upset. Loren mentioned there had been a discharge as well. Faith and Loren shared a romantic moment when they took a picnic to the countryside to see the Wawa Dam. Loren stopped Faith before they could kiss to talk about him having gonorrhea. Loren told Faith he had sex with a Thai friend on Halloween 2023. Faith told Loren it was cheating, since they had been talking and making plans about Loren coming to Manila when he cheated on her. Faith had never felt suspicious of Loren when he told her he was sleeping in other houses. Meanwhile, Loren insisted he didn't think it was cheating, since they were yet to meet in person. Once they got back to the hotel, Faith told Loren she needed time because she was feeling shocked. Interestingly, Faith's Facebook page mentioned that she was engaged to a mystery man before she changed it. As per Starcasm, Loren is back in America. The trip he took to meet Faith was back in November 2023, which was almost a year ago. Interestingly, Loren is looking for a new job as he wants to find an employer who would be able to sponsor an H-1B visa for someone from another country. Loren also didn't mention who he was referring to. However, the 90-day fiancé before the 90 Days star seems to have convinced Faith that she would never find anyone like him if they broke up and got engaged to her to prove his loyalty.